Thank you, and welcome to this episode of Impact and Insight podcast. Again, I'm your host, Abdul Karim Yusuf. In this particular episode, we shall be discussing a very exciting topic: money, career, and success before the age of 30. The myth behind that. And to discuss this with me on set today is Mr. Tajuddin Balogun. Tajuddin Balogun began his professional career as a banker with FSB International Bank before he proceeded to establish Infosol Nigeria. Tajuddin Balogun is a financial and technology analyst with over 30 years of experience and currently is the CEO of Infosol Nigeria, a Lagos-based company that consults and deliver advisory on investments, financial restructuring, and organizational re-engineering. Mr. Tajuddin Balogun, welcome to our show this morning.
Thanks so much. Even though you overblew me, I'm just ordinary. It's my pleasure to be with you.
It's nice seeing you. If you don't make it before 30, you're considered to be a failure. It's a myth, right? What's your opinion about that?
Yeah. It's strange. This is a recent phenomenon. And we can race back to how we got to this myth.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we're facing a post-industrial age.
Okay.
You see, at the beginning, what drove public education was the need to provide labor for the Industrial Revolution.
All right.
And that created schools, careers, and long-term employment. Now, but in the post-industrial age, service age, now the need is every individual have skills, they have to quickly make the money on time. Because the growing phase for every individual is between, in fact, the growing phase peaks at 30. If you don't make it up to 30, then you're likely going to struggle because there's no full-time employment again. It doesn't exist because we're in the post-industrial society. All right?
Mm.
You're either an entrepreneur, you create a business, or you find a problem to solve. If you're not doing any of this, you have to be a career politician. Okay?
Or public servant.
Or public servant. Because even public servants with the pace of automation now, we will need very few of them. We only need highly technical, skillful public servants. We will now drive the rest with automation. Because public service want to reach millions of people all at the same time. All right? So there will be very little career prospect for so many young people in public service of tomorrow.
But again, we've seen people who make it after 30.
Correct.
Who came late after 30. And the one that quickly come to mind at this moment is the guy that started KFC. I think Captain Sanders is called. I think he made it around the age of 70. So do age really matter? It's when we talk of success.
You see, age is a critical factor.
Okay.
And this is where I'm building my case for. You see, now in the post or we're in the service phase, what is expected is that all families, individuals, they train the child from age 9. Yes, age 9. He wants to be a film producer, an animal scientist, agricultural, a dancer, a sport guy. You train him early, catch him early. All right? During my own time, we were all going to school because the training was to fill up positions in public service and the clerical jobs created by industrial labor. Okay? But now we don't have those. We have a lot of automation to take care of that. So you have to train them early. Now, if he starts early, he will fumble through his 20s. By 30, he will have gotten it. And whatever is the domain, whether it's computer skills, aeronautics, whatever, agriculture, engineering, whatever it is, even building robots, you got to start him early. Early. It's called catch them young. Now, from age 0 to 9, that's all the playing group ends. From 10 to 20, it's already following daddy to go and do those things daddy does, the real job. So those will be the schools of tomorrow. And if you remember, Elon Musk even did an experimental school like that in America, where they bring kids under age 9-year-olds, in fact, from 5. They're teaching them advanced computing.
Wow.
AI, yes. They're not going through normal schools. No. Catch them young when they are flexible, when they are adaptable, when they have a clean slate. So by the time they are 20, in their 20s to 30, they already have their own businesses.
They're already creating something.
Exactly. And this is driven by demand and supply. If the service is required, sure, they'll be there to fill it. If it's not there, they will go pursue. And that's why we call them, they're the new job creators of today. Now, 30 is the peak production level. If a guy has not figured himself from age 10 to 30, he's going to struggle.
Again, is this a function of our educational system?
I think it combines with parentage and educational system. You see, the point is, I'm trying to say is that the post-industrial society has weakened the kind of educational structure we have. In other words, the education we had, my own generation had, cannot serve today's society or tomorrow's society. You can't serve it. For example, let me give you a typical skills. Computer programming. It looks so hard, right? But it's easy to teach a kid, 9-year-old, than it is to teach a 20-year-old guy. So we have a lot of kids who went to university, they read computer science, they can program. But programming is simple, amazingly. It's so simple. Now, but if you are going to train from ages 11 to 15, believe me, they will be super programmers before they are 16.
Wow.
And they will create every service. All you need to tell them is what you want to do. They will create it. So simple.
So, with this argument now,
Yeah.
it shows clearly that life is not a straight line or linear of school, job, and success. It doesn't work that way, because I believe in our generation that it was the belief. You go to school, you become an accountant, you get a job, and then you are successful, or become a doctor, whatever, and be successful. But in today's world, it's not about the formal education that we are looking at. It's about the skill that you acquire to solving a particular societal problem. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Precisely. That's it. Because see, my generation was created for the industrial labor. Yeah, the kind of industries we had were created to serve that. But we don't have those industries now. We're not going to have it tomorrow. They'll be replaced by robots. So, the school now has changed from the former brick and mortar schools to the house. If you have a house, you grow your own food. The kid joins you from age 5. He knows how to plant tomato, onion. He follows the trend with you. By the time he's 10, 12, he's mastered the process. He's only responding to demand and supply and market. All right? Now, I'm saying to you that the school is not going to be brick and mortar now. And 2 fundamental forces have changed that.
All right.
The first one is artificial intelligence.
Oh, good.
You can practically do anything. You can learn any subject. All it requires is some boring styles, 3 boring styles. The first one is Don't feel intimidated.
Mhm.
The second one is repetition. Keep doing it over and over and over and over.
To perfect it.
Eventually you will surmount it. Okay? And the third one is that the platform exists. It exists to harmonize myriads of knowledge, pockets of knowledge, a kind of a knowledge stovepipe. Okay? So that's what we need. You can ask questions at any time. It's called reiteration. Okay? You get to perfection. And I'm saying, if you look at the nature of society now, we have a lot of needs. Take Nigeria, for example. We have a lot of needs.
Mhm.
We have not been able to meet our food supply. That's
Yes, sure.
an enormous opportunity. Enormous. So vast. Because we're a large population, we need a significant level of automation to reach anything. Yes. Yes. In almost every area. In commerce, in trading, in farming, in weather, in transportation. Yes.
Okay. Don't you think
Yeah.
that if we put age as a factor,
Yeah.
it puts a kind of anxiety on people, pressure on our youth, considering what we see today, the eagerness to be successful younger than you think, faster than you think, which we all see on social media today. And that is pushing people overboard. Because of this pressure we see on social media, overnight billionaires that we see. It could be true, it could be false, most are misinformation, but this is really putting excessive pressure on our youth. And this pressure happened in several areas, in mental issues, depression, and probably even financial dislocation. The moment you discover, you start feeling as if you are failed because of the age limit that we are looking at.
Okay. This problem again had been solved. Amazingly. Yeah, we can use economic principles to even explain them.
All right.
Oh, yes, initially. And it happens, that's the life of business. Initially, everybody crowds to a point. Yes, everybody wants to be a billionaire overnight. Yes. They have no product or service. Because the key operation is you must define a product or service that you're going to offer. That's the key to be a billionaire. But what we have created is artificial billionaires.
Okay.
They had a chance happening. It occurs in every phase of a new revolution. If you go back to America, in the days of the gold rush, everybody who moved to California became instant rich. We also had the same crowd here. In the 80s, when you go to America, you're going to make it. You go to Europe, you're going to make it. But is it happening now? No. It's now crowded. You have to struggle in those societies now. In fact, it's even a disadvantage to remain there. So similarly, people call it water will find its level. Yeah, it will always find its level. Those are the first phase.
Okay.
The lucky guys, they did it through film, music, drama, aids to politicians. Some did it through 419, advanced fee fraud, all kinds of things, taking advantage, everything. Ultimately, the entire infrastructure will come to an equilibrium.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Only the guys who have product or service will survive. It's what happens in every competitive scenario. Even businesses do the same thing. Everybody is producing. If it is pure water, everybody will go pure water, pure water, pure water. Then the market gets saturated. The basic economic
There's a
response.
basic economic theory of perfect market.
This is what happened. Exactly. Because now you talk about anxiety. Yeah, you see, you'll be anxious if you don't have, everybody thinks this is the way to make it. Nobody has sat down to figure out what is my own core distinctive skills, my own ability. Everybody has his own ability. Do you get it? Some are not trained journalists, but they are natural. But they probably find themselves in medicine. It takes time. You will have probably spent 30 years before you roll back to journalism. Do you get what I'm saying? You can find the same kind of mismatches in almost every career. So it creates pressure. Yes, it's understood. But here's what the kind of new society we are going to face
All right.
is offering. First, the financial instruments are so available to everybody. Two, it's easier to reach your basic needs. Yes, because there are too many producers. You can connect to them. So if you can meet your basics, the only thing the parents need to offer, and if parents are not offering that guidance, is society that should fill in those gaps, is to ask the children, help them, reshape it. What do you want to do? If he doesn't know, let him do what you're doing. And that's why career parents will not survive in this space.
No.
You need parents who are already stand-alone parents, doing something else to make their ends meet. All right?
Yeah.
Then the kids can fix it, whether it is hotel business, restaurant, whatever it is. Do you get? Even selling granuts, you can make it so glamorous. Yeah, because
Definitely.
I've seen movies how Thailands sell coconut. It's beautiful. Watermelon, so beautiful. I'm telling
The
you.
packaging is.
Oh, it's awesome. And I'm saying, so you can see there's a vast ocean of opportunities. and
So here we are
possibilities.
looking at for those that will survive this
Yes.
period.
Yes.
Are those we are talking sustainability now?
Yes.
Are those that are solving specific problems in society?
Yes.
And for those we see, most of the ones we see today, they are not solving most of our problems. But in a way, they are doing. Like you take the entertainment industry, for example. People are getting excited. People are entertained. Probably it reduces stress and pressure of society on finance. And the other guys are cashing out on it. Am I saying something in line with your thought?
Yes, but slightly different.
Oh, okay.
Take the entertainment sector now.
All right.
Most of the early success, they are confused now. They are boring. They are stuck. They don't know what to do with the money they've made. You know why? They've not built their infrastructure. You see, what controls money is infrastructure. For example, this studio. You want to interview great people, you got to create the infrastructure. That's the initial investment. Now, the journey is longer. It doesn't matter, but you have to have the infrastructure. Now, so those guys in entertainment have to find a way to reinvest their money. And I can give you a story of America.
All right.
Look at Hollywood. They made hundreds of billions. Soapboxes. Excellent. But who controls the money? The Jews, the banking networks. You know why? Because, you see, if you just make money without solving any problem or building your own infrastructure, you can't keep the cycle of money returning. So those early success guys are going to get stuck unless they rechannel those investment and successes into something practical that enable them build infrastructure.
So I think I read something, biographies of some, or I've seen documentaries of some great entertainers
Yeah.
who, after they peak, they become homeless on American streets, and society have to come to their aid. Probably it fall into just what you're
Exactly,
saying.
that's the picture I'm painting. That's what I mean by they will be stuck. Because you see, you have to deal with, you see, the governing rule for everybody in society for wealth is demand and supply. It's the big rule. Who needs the service? How many are they? Who can afford it? If they can't afford it, can you create the market? Yes. And that's why you even create people, you provide them free service initially for them to come into the platform.
Mm.
Then when they come into the platform, you give them value added service. It's a money model that is superb. It comes in free. Then you give him another service, he pays for it. Another service, he pays for it. Another service, he pays for it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
This is a smart way. You got to create. That's what I mean by creating the infrastructure. Now you see all those Americans, because those are the guys we also look up to. We're saying, look, they didn't control anything. They didn't have problem to solve. If they were channeling those funds back in to build black economy, production, engineering, their wealth will linger till they die.
Mm.
You get?
Yeah.
But what is our billionaires
Building.
in music building? Are they building software to control the software?
They are buying cars
See what I'm saying?
and living large, you know.
You see, who defines the large? Who defines that? It's just what economists call impulsive buying. Yeah, you just pause. You got to show that, look, I'm better than my other guy. Okay? So by the kind of car I buy, why can't you put up a car factory? Why can't Whiskey and Burna Boy put a small Tesla production plant in Nigeria and run the market, run African market? It's possible, but somebody has to you have to channel the infrastructure. You have to channel the savings into viable opportunities. Now, what I'm trying to say in effect is that, yes, the initial guys had it smooth. So many guys are crowding it. They will fail. And when they fail, the beauty of failing is that you roll back. You roll back and you figure out why you failed. Then you can even find a nice detour, a new opportunity, and you fit in.
Okay. As much as we are looking at it, that it's good to succeed before 30.
Correct.
But even if you don't, it doesn't mean you have failed.
Absolutely. There's nothing called failure.
Okay.
There's nothing called failure. And that's why I started by saying, because we didn't train people early, so we now begin to see failure as something shameful. And yes, in the old way, in the old order, if you can't do something at a certain age, you are perceived as a failure. But you see, failing is figuring out what does not work. So, from age 0 to 9, you take the guy to the farm. You're probably a vegetable farmer. He doesn't know what is failure. He will see crop failure. It becomes normal. Do you get? Because daddy is always going back to replant, back to harvest, back to do all the basic things he does. Now, the same thing is there in chicken farming, in animal farming, because the food industry alone, if you look at the size of the food industry alone, it's over 140 trillion naira.
Wow.
That's what everybody should be doing. We can't serve 200 million people. We can't. So what I'm trying to say is that there's no failure.
Failure is a part of learning itself.
Every corporate, this year you make 1 billion, next year you did 500, next year you did a loss. Or you think those nice looking banks with the heavy balance sheet are not making losses? It's just accounting gimmick. You know it. We call it smoothing the curve. You smoothing the earnings. Do you get? Yeah, but you see, they negotiate with tax people anyway. Yeah, because the tax man, you can't fool him.
But the banking or the corporate world are looking at their not the customers this time, they are investors.
Yes.
Because they are there to satisfy the needs of the investor.
Correct.
If I'm not getting proper dividend from you, I probably will move my money somewhere else.
Correct.
So the company. So it's not the tax man they are looking at. They are not afraid of the taxman.
No,
really.
no, no, they are not.
They are more afraid of their investors.
Yes, I understand. In fact, what I'm trying to say is that the accounting standard,
Yeah.
what rules that govern accounting itself, had created room for this kind of discretion. It's not like they're doing anything criminal. And that's why I'm saying the taxman understood it too. They know what it is.
Okay.
And that's why they negotiate. So the point I'm trying to say is that, yes, people can get...
there could be down period and up period.
Exactly.
And
they're just normal. And that's why even the larger economy goes through depression. All he's simply trying to tell you is that, oh, you have overproduced this thing you shouldn't be producing. You have underproduced this thing you ought to be investing more. And that's why we have depression. Then everybody corrects itself. So to the individual, once you are providing a product or service, failure is out of your dictionary. It becomes a moving target. A moving target. If the market is choked up, you veer into new markets. Yes.
Thank you. Let's make it a bit practical now. I want to pick on your brain. For someone with who want to invest in Nigeria in this system today, and it's probably in the age range of 25, 25, and he has the opportunity of probably 100,000, 250,000, and he want to grow this money. What advice will you give such an individual?
Good. And it's surprising to you that there are a lot of producers who don't know how to connect to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If you go online now, you see people trying to advertise, come and buy my fish, come and buy chicken, come and buy egg. I'm trying to give you basic things to let you know that this is where we should be putting our money. As a young guy, all you need to do is two things. One, you have 100,000, sit down and do what is called market research in Lagos. If you're a resident in Lagos, that's a boom. All the producers in Southwest want to come to Lagos. And in the course of my consulting, I was shocked too. Everything that is produced in Nigeria is coming to the Southwest. I was shocked.
Why is it so?
I don't know, but I figured out the answer. Okay. I don't want to deviate from your initial question.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I figured out the answer later. But they are coming here. So if they are coming here, then your job is to connect the producer to the market. So if I have 100,000, you know what I'm going to do? I'll do market research in my area. Say Ikeja. Who needs, if it's fish or egg, who needs egg? Hotels, restaurants, meals making, whatever, party. I'll figure those out. Go meet them. I want large buyers. Large buyers. How much do you buy now? You know the amount. What if I give you lesser and supply you? How about that? He agrees. I will take my 100,000. Go to Shogbo, Ilorin. The producers are there in those bushes. They will sell the crate of egg for you, not at 5,000. If you're buying volumes. Do you get what I'm saying? You're buying volumes. The first thing I'll do is to tell you, look, I want to be your market in Lagos, in Ikeja. Let me control Ikeja for you. Every producer likes that. You give him 100,000 deposit. Pick the product. Go and market those ones first. Don't worry whether you make profit or loss. Your goal is to capture the market, sell. Once you can make sale, you have a market. You see, not profitability now. Make sale. The problem with the producers is that they want to make profit. But your goal is to ensure that he can do volume. All right? So if you succeed in the 100,000, you can now go and ask for people to bring more money. Go and buy 1 million now. You're going to make profit. Because you see, It's called last mile. Exactly. Every business have it. It's called last mile. Yes. Whatever it is you are producing, there's always a last mile. The guy who reaches the consumer. Even in movie production, there's a last mile. The guy who distributes.
The movies.
Yeah. Is the last guy. It is there in telecom. It's there in every sector. So those are the vast opportunities for upstarts, new businesses. Pick one. Do a market research. Figure out how many people will require these things. Your job is to make it easier for them to get it.
To access it.
Last guy distribution. And once you succeed in getting the market, you can charge your premium price. Yes, this water is going for 2,000, but you can deliver at 4,000. But you see, I've already established contact with the restaurant or hostel. He knows Charge Day is going to deliver. He's going to deliver. Now, if you do that consistently for 12 months, you have an empire.
I noticed that you are consistently looking at product.
Yes.
Not you are not looking at service area or kind of on an income. When I mean on an, it should be on an, right?
Yes.
Investment in the capital market.
The reason I'm saying that is that investment in the capital market is not for the small guys. It's not. It's not. If you have excess, that's when you should put it there. But if you have a capital, 100,000, go to the real sector. You see, if you fail, you lose the 100,000, you're going to learn valuable lesson. Do you get? You learn valuable lesson. Nobody can take away that lesson forever. You're a young guy, upstart, you're starting, right? And I'm saying that business, just simple things like, because the producers, all their problem is market. Every factory owner you know in Nigeria, his problem is market. And your job is to provide the link between them and the market. He's happy. He's happy. If you can take the load off him, he's happy. And I'm saying once you've been able to create a market, it's easier to finance the process. Yeah, because I can now go to a bank, walk to any bank and say, hey guys, I move 2 million X per week. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I get my money back in 7 days. I want you to support my purchasing. The bank will give you the money because it's a good business.
The collateral.
No, they don't need collateral. They don't need collateral. You see, the reason why bank asks for collateral is that when they ask you and they realize you don't even know the risk of your business or you don't have plans for the risk, do you get? It's risky. It's like giving your child, your daughter to a guy who is unstable. It's risky. That's how the bank look at this money. They ask you all the time. They're not magicians. Bankers are not so super smart the way we thought. No. They just ask you, how are you going to cover the risk? What if this goes wrong? That's why they ask for collateral. Collateral is just to enable you perform, participate. All the big loans that were done, I'm telling you, they are just done on conversation. Because I told you, give me a big farm who produces the egg in Ibadan. The banker know him already. He knows him. He probably banks him too. You don't know. And I'm simply saying, pay 2 million to him. My own is just to go and pull the egg. Why do I need to pay the money upfront? I want him to reduce the price he's selling to me. Do you get my point? If he's selling at 6,000 naira per crate, he's going to give it to me at 3,500 because I'm giving him all the money upfront. I'll just come in to be picking. He has not even produced, so I'm just coming to be picking. It's comfortable for the bank. They're not going to ask for any guarantee. Point I'm trying to say is that establish the business, provide a service or product first. All right. Once you know it, even if you fail initially, but you have the market, they know you. They know you will deliver. Do you get what I'm saying? It makes financing very easy because everybody look out for opportunity. And in products and services you created, you can make nobody can determine your payoffs. It's a bonus. It's a monopolist profit. Yes. You are there to support the guy. And every business wants this kind of continuity, smoothness. It's called, in economics, they call it supply chain. You often hear about supply chain. I'm trying to keep the big word simple.
So the takeaway here is to our young ones is know the business, understand the risk,
Correct.
and the most likely solution to those risks.
Simple.
That is access to funding
Simple.
in the bank.
And most of them are even tech savvy. You can write a small program. Yes. Because the farmer doesn't have the ability you have. So you can reach 1 million crowd overnight. Do you get? In fact, there's a product I'm building. It's just I don't want to announce it here.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay, just give us a tip of it.
Yeah, but
it will benefit my viewers.
It's to solve problems like this. We've been shouting interregional trade across Africa for decades, but there's no platform to connect us to the last mile. We're waiting for ADB to do that. It's not going to happen. Because I see manufacturers, I support them, I consult for them. They go to Cameroon looking for raw materials. They will push hundreds of millions to illiterates to ferry the funds across the border. Come on, it's risky. You get what I'm saying? And they lose money. Why can't you create a technology platform that connects everybody? What's wrong? Who can beat the border? Who can beat gravity? Point I'm trying to say to young people is that if you have to fail, fail. But start early. If you don't succeed, by the time you are 30, you will succeed. Anything you focus on, don't run away, stay there, remain focused. You will see the secret and you'll be glad you did. And then when you make the money, dominate it. Yes, you have to dominate that sector.
Okay.
Then you can now have fun for as long as you want it.
It's becoming it's so interesting listening to you, and you make it so simple and kind of sexy.
Well, really, it is. It took time for us to figure out this. I'm telling you, that's the only thing consulting has been able to open my mind to. That I begin to say, so if I have a kid, if I have graduates now, they tell me, oh, there's no job. I say, don't look for a job. What are you looking for a job for? Tell me a problem you can solve. Say, I don't know any. What problem do you face? You tell me the problem you face. That's the business. Really? Yes. How? I said, listen, sell to the first guy. If you succeed, then how to make money? You scale up. It's called scaling. You scale. You don't know how to write software? No problem. Ask somebody to write it. Don't pay the guy. He will be your partner. It's called supply chain. He will provide the platform. He will sell it to you. Per account, per activity. You succeed, he succeeds. You fail, he fails. Fantastic deal. The two of you move together. So you can do that in any sector. The opportunities are vast. You know why? We have 200 million plus. They are young. They are ambitious. They are hungry. They have no job. They are not going to get a job. They will have to create it. If they're thinking, we are going to create a job, we are spent. We are tired. Raising them. We don't have the energy again. It is people like us that invest in the capital market. Yes. And to meet all these needs, they have to do it. And the advantage they have over other Africans is that other Africans are not exposed to this kind of environment that is rustic.
Mm.
Tough environment creates tough people.
Yeah, sure.
Tough people. And they have Africans to roll over. They're just going to be roaring lions. They took over everywhere. Distribution, assembly, partnership. They are black people. They do the same thing. Food.
So, as we wind down on this conversation, what advice do you give to our young ones vis-a-vis the pressure from social media? Because from what you are saying and from what we are discussing now, the pressure from social media is enormous, and it has thrown people off balance because they are fed, their mind is being fed with a whole lot of uh, things that will impact them negatively. And though you have said failure is not failure, it's a process of learning. What parting shot, what advice will you give our young ones vis-a-vis all these crazy things on social media impacting them negatively?
Yeah. I just say they should take it easy. You know why we had this pressure in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
They were following our own social order. You go to England, everybody's rushing to England, right? Now, they've all moved to social media. Everybody's a content creator. What content are you creating? You're not wasting your time. You're waiting for TikTok or Facebook to pay you some peanuts. Why can't you sit down and create another TikTok for Africa, for Nigeria, 200 million people? We don't have our own social media? Come on, this is an opportunity. One, they can collaborate among themselves. The point I'm saying is that they are the guys trying to lose the war. The opportunity is just there for their call, for their picking. Secondly, instead of doing social content, look at the society. What problem do they need? Everybody can be a talk shop. No, it's because we're idle. And over time, they will come to that realization. But most of them will have wasted time. Okay? But the smart guys who had good parentage, who are showing them how to navigate this new economy, this new world, will have taken the easy part and made it big. But I'm saying it's a big opportunity for everybody. Just like all the birds cannot fill the sky, there's always smart opportunities for them. And it doesn't matter where you are. The important thing is that when your cost per unit is lower, it's superb. But I don't think content creation has any future. No. You know why? They are not going to displace established platforms like yours. They're not going to. Because you are coming with solutions for society, something that's revolutionary. Do you get? So it's not a 2 minutes montage to entertain. No, there's no entertainment there. All right? It's just that they need to be retooled to see the direction of the new economy. And the attractive thing for me is that this administration is doing something wonderful, amazingly.
And what is that?
Creating a private sector-led economy.
Oh, okay.
Freeing government from all the bureaucracies, owning things. They're throwing it up to everybody. The money guys will grab it first. Don't worry, guys. It's not over yet. It's just beginning. It's just starting. No panic. Nobody's left out. Your own job is to figure out where you can connect in this big moving train. It's a big moving train. Everybody needs everybody in the entire value, in the entire ecosystem. So the prospect for the future is great, but it's not going to come easy. Everything I've laid out is difficult. Young people should embrace that difficult thing. It's sweeter in the end because it's a big struggle. If it's too easy, it's not going to get you anywhere. And content creation is too easy. You pick a mic and say any rubbish, everybody laugh. It's not too easy. Anybody can do that. It has to be difficult. If it is difficult, that's what you control. You control it.
Thank you very much, Tajuddin Balogun. This is an exciting discussion. I look forward to having you again in the studio to discuss other very interesting topic that will encourage our youth, our channel. Before I even do the closing, who do you think? Do you think government should be involved in redirecting this energy you talked about of our youth towards real productive activity?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The yes part is that government don't understand the issues. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes. Because it's people who had failed, who are not in government, who have done businesses and failed, that will provide the right input. So if government creates an infrastructure, they will just throw money at it. All right. They had so many of them. Lagos State has so many. Home economics, something. They do hairdressing, tailoring, fishing, all that. It's nice. I'm not condemning it. It's nice. Politicians can do all that. But what government should do is to provide seed money.
Okay.
Go and learn your craft, then come for seed money. Government can do that. You see, this seed money is not something you're expecting them to pay back. No, it's just like student loan. I love Tinubu for that. It doesn't matter whether these guys pay back or they don't pay back. Do you get what I'm saying? First of all, we commit them to the country. Oh, yes. We are grateful for that. We had tuition-free university. Yes, we're grateful. Okay? We commit them to. We have something to commit them. Okay? But you see, the advantage for state governments is that when you are part of the nurturing, it's easier for you to tax them, tax the operations they have before they even become big, all right? So that they are contributing their own quota. But ultimately, everybody should figure out themselves. The economy is taking shape slowly and steadily. We shouldn't disrupt it. So government should hands off. Leave it. We will be unemployed, they will cry, unemployment, slowly and steadily. Everybody will begin to see the path. But it's not going abroad. They're just wasting their time.
Going abroad is not the solution here.
They're wasting their time. Our economy is bigger than that of UK. In terms of growth prospect, UK will not grow more than 1 or 2%. But we had the capacity to grow it 9-10%.
Probably in another 5-7 years.
Exactly. So you see, the growth prospect is here with us. The pendulum for
I think the World Bank
projection
project about 4.5% for this year.
But if you look at Western Europe, the highest projection will be 2%.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get? Because here is where the need is. We have young people, young population. Look, our population, average population per capita for Nigeria was under 19. That's crazy. 200 million people, that's a huge energy. Unbelievable. And that's why, again, I love the tax regime. Everybody's in the brackets. President Tinubu is a smart guy.
I'll bring you back to discuss this tax regime. Looking forward to have you back in the studio, Mr. Tajuddin Balogun. It's an honor that we have you, and I hope my viewers have been able to grab one or two things from all you have said, and it's a wonderful experience sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you so much, sir.
In our next episode, we shall be discussing the tax incentive in the new tax act, and for both small and big businesses. So I expect that you Stay tuned and watch out for that. Thank you for staying tuned.